Um, this was split into two tracks. Jaurès was a member of the survey analyst track, so I will let him take it from here. Are you ready, Doctor?
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Jaurès Churchill, Jaurès, Madagascar, as a participant analyst track on this WHO Survey Scholar Module A3. We will see in this presentation from the data cleaning until the strengths and limitation, what did I do to improve this final version, and put all new edit points to improve this final version of our Creator project. So let's start with the data cleaning. As the data were collected by tablet, so in the initial version, I said only many dataset problems should be reduced by tablet programming, but after peer review feedbacks, I should describe more details on it, like different types of problem after data collection, duplicate missing data, implausible values, and using of stats, service, and wiki for cleaning data. Now, there is also the different main step for data cleaning, like checking the survey data sets, like correctness, completeness, and consistency of value. Particularly the dates should be checked. And writing a program to list observation to correct them and to fix them by checking photo. Secondly, the plan for weighting. As the data were already weighted, so I described briefly how to calculate design weight, how to adjust the non-response, and the post-stratification. Thirdly, now, the table shares. In the week 1 assignment, I created a comparative table on Penta3 with weighted and unweighted values, and one of the course team, Roda, said it was a good table, but he has explained and remembered to me why VCQA are very important, so I have suggested to all my peer review to consider and pay attention on this VCQA. VCQA is the vaccination coverage quality indicators. Now, what did I do exactly to improve my Creator project? So, there is some main outlines, like check-in miles, following the WhatsApp discussion group, and use different toolkits provided by course team. And I was very careful in their comments. I have never missed the weekly discussion group, and I have started as soon as possible my Creator project. Across the different articles served by course team, so I added the new elements on my syntax in my Creator project, particularly conducting Q-square test, bivariate, and multivariate analysis, like regression model, logistic regression model. Now, the course team also share syntax to create interim plots and syntax for organ pipe plots. This is one of new elements that I introduced in my final project. Now, the result for tables. This dataset were from Stata, and I have exported them into table in Excel software. This table is with confidence interval 95%. This is one of new elements introduced to this final project, the graph with confidence interval, created from Stata and created in graph created in Excel. So this graph permit me to choose different variable should be selected to conduct bivariate and multivariate analysis. So many elements contribute to improve my Creator project, as comments, file shared by course team, in the activity stream, in the update. You can click only in this admins and it shows all the files shared by course team. I follow the ANALYST as well as managers community, the community TechNet 21, and in this vaccination coverage, a survey library. Now, this is a new graph I did in my Creator project. With this graph, we can find the different size and the cluster where there is no respondents. The course team shared to us also the stat program and demo to create this graph in term plot. So I have changed only the data source in some parameters, and I've got this graph, you can say, in term plots. Now about the method. Over the data used, Excel software, Wiki, assert list, I have conducted also statistical test, mono bivariate Q-square, and this multivariate analysis. Now, after that, the next article, this article giving me an idea to conduct multivariate analysis and to calculate the odds ratio. So be careful about the instruction from Team Course, the posted videos, the rubric. I have checked point by point the rubric and all the feedback and peer review. About the results, generally, Sophie's son had a better result than in the Northeast with 41.5% versus in the North 16.9% with its confidence interval, as well as in accessibility and in the utilization of service. Next is about the analysis. These are another tables created by Stata to conduct the one-by-one variable analysis. And this analysis conducted this following result to set the correlation between the penta-free coverage by card or history with caretaker's characteristic like level of education, the caretaker lived where they lived, and in south east zone or in urban place, ethnicity, and the wealth index. Secondly, the correlation between penta-free and the immunization system, like a government health center, private health facility, and campaign or supplementary activities. This is the syntax for logistic regression model to calculate the odds ratio. You can conduct also logit set correlation to set the correlation with penta-free and some independent variable. Another result from this multivariate analysis, you can say a child has a 3.4 odds ratio to be vaccinated if his or her caretaker's education was higher. Secondly, you can say also the child odds ratio to be immunized was increased proportionally with caretaker level of wealth index quintile. And finally, about the strengths and limitations of the survey, the first main point of strength is the use of probabilistic sampling method. Secondly, the conduct of statistical tests, and thirdly, the use of tablet for data collection. Unfortunately, there was no health facility visit to check if home-based record was not available in household. There is no descriptive variable on service delivery. Dear course team, all participants Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I give you additional resources. First, computer programs and statistical software, and secondly, useful references. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Jaurès, for this presentation. There's some comments from there's a comment from Dale who was weeping with joy, given the quality of the work in your presentation. We don't have time to go to Dale or Carolina to comment on these projects, but they were the ones selected on the basis of nominations and then selected by the course team. So next is Lina Inamdar. So Lina, I'm now going to